What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Walker Studio 12. Today, more work on the STI, and you can see I already got the front bumper off, getting ready to jack her up. But first, I'll show you what we're doing. Got a new Cartboy short throw, got new solid mount U-joint for the shifter linkage from Torque Solutions. Got new Torque Solutions solid bushings for the bottom side of the shifter linkage. Got new front and rear positive shift bushings from Torque Solutions also. Let's see, and here we got new solid transmission mount also from Torque Solutions. And here we have our new pitch stop mount. From Cusco. That iconic Cusco blue, made in Japan. And then we also picked up brand new JDM Group N Subaru STI motor mounts. So, and then the other ones in that box. So basically, I'll show you guys in the car. Right now, still have all stock bushings, so they're 13 years old. And I got this somewhat taken apart. So here we are in gear, and there's a crazy amount of slop. And I've been having problems with this Perrin shifter extension, and it worked really well for what it was. It's 30 bucks, so you can't really complain. Shortens the throw quite a bit, but I've ran into problems multiple times with these little Allen key screws coming undone and the shifter dropping, and you get crazy shifter feel, and it's not good. Probably pretty dangerous. So gonna get that fixed with the new Cartboy unit, and yeah, we'll get her going, get the car jacked up and skid tray off, pitch stop out, and replace all these drivetrain bushings. So I'll set you guys up somewhere while I jack the car up, and then I'll show you how to get your pitch stop out, which is easy now that we have a front mount on the car. Bolts there, and then the bolt that holds our Perrin AOS on, we'll take that out. New Cusco pitch stop after we do the motor mounts. And yeah, let's get to it. All right, you guys, so we got the car, all four corners up on jack stands. Now we're gonna get to taking the pitch stop out, which is this bolt here and that bolt in the back. And we're gonna leave it out until we get the motor mounts and trans mount back in. It'll be the last thing to go back in, first thing to come out. All right, you guys got this old pitch stop out, then bad bushings. I'm actually gonna begin putting the new Cusco in just so my AOS isn't sitting all funky. And so I gotta crawl under, grab the washer and bolt that drop. So I'll get just the back side of the new one in. So that way the AOS is sitting all proper, but I'll leave the front out, just so that way I can do everything that needs to be done with the motor mounts and the trans mount. So we'll get to putting this back in and start getting the underside of the car taken apart. So, yep, gotta do that now. and I'm thinking about leaving the skid plate off the car, just because it gets in the way. Doesn't really do much because it's plastic, and it's probably trapping in heat off the headers in the engine bay. So probably just gonna leave it off the car and go from there. So here we go. Alright guys, so we got the skid plate off, and I think I'm just gonna leave it off and just figure out a different way to do up my underglow under here. But first and foremost, while we're here, motor mounts. So there's one here, and then the other one's right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get the jack. Don't mind that, it's coolant drip from my AOS. Not sure why it did that when I moved it. Must have just pulled up on a line or something. But going to try to get the jack under here, so that way I can push up on the transmission itself. Once I undo these two bolts, push the transmission up like 2 inches or so, unbolt these bolts, one on, let's see where is the other one at over. I don't see the other one. There's no way there's just the one. See if on this side, if I can see him. So there's that. There's that one right there. I don't see. It's probably blocked by this cross member right here anyway. So I will get that up. So I'll undo these bolts, raise it up, get in there, undo that one, and then go from there. So I will turn this back on once I have the bolts undone and the transmission up. Okay guys, so motor mounts, they're not getting done today. I'll have Funky Built put my group in ones in at their shop, because I took this off and I stripped. So yeah, and I'm not gonna bang my head against it all day. We'll have the pitch stop, it'll be stiffer, and I know that the new ones will go in, but like you can see up here, the rubber on this one's all torn, it's all squished. Just the American models didn't get the nicer motor mounts, so that's why I ordered group in ones. They still say Subaru on them. That's what the Japanese cars got, and I went with those just because I'm going all solid mount on the transmission, so I need a little bit of give in the motor mounts. Can't have stuff too stiff or it just won't be super good for street driving all the time. So I'll get over here and start undoing the transmission things and replacing all the bushings under this side of the car. So I'll set you guys up, time lapse you from somewhere so you can kind of see what I'm doing. But you got to undo this bolt. It's a 17. That's a 17, and then on the back there's 14s, and then there's a heat shield that you have to unhook from the back side of the cross member over there, and then it'll just hang there. If I remember right, it kind of gets in the way with the short throw bushings, but I'm not replacing the one on the back because I already replaced it. And I'll just, yeah, I'll go around the other side so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so, oh man. So here's what I'm talking about. Like, that needs to go away. So this unbolts from here, which whoever redid, no, they did it right. So got to unbolt this, slide it back, undo these, undo this. Once the cross, oh, undo those. Oh, I'll undo those once it's out. That's the trans mount itself. So undo those two, drop that, and the new trans. We'll compare this mount right here to the new one. As you can see, those red bushings, I've already replaced those, but I'm putting solid ones in there. And then the one that the heat shield got in the way for, which I don't have to replace, is that black bushing on the back side, and that's not coming out, so that's good. And then above that red, where those red bushings are, oh, you're not looking at that, you. So above where those red bushings are, I wish I had a light, is where the U-joint is. So I'll probably drop that part of the linkage, then do the U-joint while the transmission's dropped, just so that way I can better access the bolts in the U-joint. So I'll set you guys up probably behind or off to the side of where I'm working, and just start time-lapsing this. I'm gonna undo everything all together so I can put it all back together, all solid mounted. So here we go. Okay guys, so I got the old Subaru transmission mount out. As you can see, it's just rubbery, and like even look, just like little bits of my thumb movement. Like that rubber's clearly worn out, as well as here's the cross member. Like, look at all this play. Look at this. If I stand both feet on the back, look at how much this thing still moves. So these solid billet plates, these go here, this one will go here. Get rid of all that slop and movement, really stiffen up the drivetrain, as well as this new, a lot lighter billet mount, solid mount, to get a more positive feel from the transmission. So I just wanted to take those out, give you guys the update. Now I'm gonna go back under the car with my U-joint, as well as these solid bushings, and try to get those replaced real quick before I start reassembling all of that. All right, guys, so the GoPro shut off because I left her unattended, but I got the solid U-joint in there, and yeah, it's definitely solid, which is exactly what I was looking for. Way better than those old bushings. I might try to tighten this one up just a tad more, but now I'm gonna do this bushing right here. I just pulled out the parent ones that I installed before, which I had forgotten that I installed, so I bought new ones. But I mean, they're poly, they're nice, but I ordered solid ones, so I might as well use them. And now I have backups just in case I don't like how those feel. And this one's a lot easier to get to, so I'm gonna see if I can tighten that horizontal U-joint thing again a little bit more, and then I'm gonna put the solid bushings in here, and then we'll go over to the cross member while there's still light outside, get that taken apart, put the new trans mount in, and then we'll go into the car to do the new short throw. So I'll get back to you guys once I'm over there working on the cross member. All right, you guys, we got the cross member taken apart, and like I said before, this is what we're replacing. See this? It's squishy, gross, nasty, useless. So we're replacing it with this billet piece. Nice, stiff, firm, everything you want. No more sloppy, crappy bushings. Nice fit. It's gonna be solid. So I'm gonna get these all put back together and then get this installed up in the car, get that back together, and hopefully get all that done before the sun goes down, because we probably got an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of light left. So I'm gonna get to this. I'll show you what it looks like once everything's back in the car. All right, you guys, so we got the pitch stop all secured and done. We got everything out from underneath the car, so can't really see anything different, but it's all solid now. Everything's tightened down. So now we're gonna do the new Cart Boy short throw. So I'm gonna watch a video, see how this gets done, because it didn't come with instructions, but I know there's lots of tutorials on how to install this specific short throw. So I'm going to look that up. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could infer, but just to double check, look that up, get the reverse lockout secure on the bottom, hopefully get my current knob off because it's on there really tight. So that's going to be the first order. Try to find somewhere for you guys to time lapse me putting this in. This is going to be the last little bit for now anyway. So I'll get to time lapsing and I'll give you any updates along the way. All right, guys, it's finally done. As you can see, it's dark. It's like 9:30 at night, but the shifter is in. I am gonna do the zip tying up the underglow, but you won't be able to see it because I don't have a light. But it's definitely shorter this way wise, but also just the throw on it, just so clean and notchy. And if you remember at the beginning of the video, that slop I showed, no slop at all. Little in fourth, but third, none. First, man, I'm tired. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, like over in reverse, like it is just so clean and notchy. So for me, installation wasn't bad. I struggled with the C-clip a little bit, but that was probably more me and the fact that I have really cheap tools more than anything. But overall, the bushings under the car, the new trans mount, the pitch stop mount, the only thing I didn't install was the motor mounts, and that's because of that strip nut. So for me, I love them all. You can easily do them all, basic tools. I mean, I did basic tools in a parking lot, so I definitely recommend these parts to help improve. I'm gonna go for a drive, see if I can notice a difference in the stiffness of the drivetrain itself, and then, well, that probably won't be till tomorrow just because it is so late. Gotta get to bed, gotta get up early, but I'm looking forward to driving the car. So thank you for tuning into Walker Studio 12, and we will see you next time.